Hi guys, I'm Heather. I'm a Showit web designer and brand strategist, and I love taking you behind the scenes of the design process to create really approachable tips that help you live life outside of your business. So one of the biggest issues that I see with websites is legibility and usability. And what that means is having an experience where your potential clients are looking at your website and might be getting frustrated because they're clicking on buttons that aren't working or aren't leading them to the exact place they want to go. Maybe there's really large blocks of text that aren't skimmable, and it's making the experience more frustrating than it is easy to use. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes on Showit and show you one of those tips that I use all the time in my own website and in client sites to make sure that your buttons are optimized. That might sound really simple because all the button is really just a piece of text that's linking you to an outside source, but there are a lot of roadblocks that can happen in this process. So let me take you behind the scenes and show you what I mean. So this is just an example of my quick links page. So this is the website page that I show for social media. This is linking and letting people navigate throughout my site very quickly. One thing that I do notice in buttons is, especially on the desktop view, you're going to want to make sure that there is a hover feature that's allowing people to see that that is a clickable link. So the first way to do this is to just click on your text box, navigate over here on the design panel to hover, and then make sure that this is set. You can do it custom, you can make it the default for the page, but you just want to make sure that it's a small amount of contrast so that people can really see that this is a clickable option. So when I preview this, I'll show you what it looks like. So for this first one, as you see, it changes the opacity just a little bit so that you can see this is clickable. That's a really important thing to keep in mind when it comes to buttons on your website. The next thing that I love to do, as you see here, the text box with this little blue outline is actually smaller than the circular button that I've created. So I love to make sure that the text box and the button size are exactly matching. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and grab that text box and expand the bounding box here. As you see the little arrow pops up, you can just click and drag to expand it and then pull it to be the exact same width. So you see when I did that, the text is actually set to be aligned with the top of the text box. And since I want to make sure it's centered and looks really nice within this button, all I'm going to do is click on the text box and then select text style. And over here on line height, this is where I'm going to actually change that. So I'm going to increase the line height until it looks just about perfect in the center. So I think that's great. So now what happens is anytime, I'll show you in the preview, anytime someone is hovering over that text box, even if they are outside here where I'm just on the box and not on the actual text, it's still going to allow them to click that link. Where this is really important is especially on mobile view, when your finger is obviously bigger than most of the text that you're going to be clicking on. So let me just show you here in the mobile design for my site. Your finger, let's actually fix that text box that I just messed with. Again, going in here to line height, just increasing that slightly so that it makes sure that it's centered within the box. Over here on new to the blog, as you see, that's a shorter piece of text and it's not filling out the entire text box. So I want to make sure that someone doesn't come in here and accidentally click in this empty space within the box, but not on the actual piece of text. And that might not allow it to actually link to the hyperlink. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to increase the text box size to fill that entire button. Go into letter spacing. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Go into line height, and we're going to increase the line height to make sure that it's centered. I hope this is a helpful tip for you. Definitely go through your Showit website, or any website for that matter, and make sure that your text box is lining up with the button to allow the biggest possibility for your potential clients to get where they need to go, to fill out your inquiry form, and to be really impressed by your website. So if you're brand new to Showit or need a place to start, I do have a referral link in the description below for your first month free. They have tons of templates to get you started, lots of free tools, and honestly, any business owner can maximize the use of this platform. You do not have to be a designer to use Showit. So hope this was helpful. Please comment below if you have additional tips or trainings that you'd like to see, and I will see you guys in the next video.